Dear students, welcome to the new course, Database Management System, UIT 90405. This is Dr. K. Praveen Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology. To learn this course, you need to know basics of procedural or object-oriented programming like C, C++, Java, Python. And of course, you should have to know the basics of data structures, which you have already completed in your previous semester. You have completed data structures as well as advanced data structures. So these two are the preliminaries or prerequisites of your course. Algorithms also you have completed. You had a basic idea regarding that. And the textbooks you have to purchase for this subject is Ramesh Elmastri and Shamkant B. Navte. Fundamentals of Database Systems is the title of your textbook. And PS edition, it is preferably 6th edition. And students, you have to purchase this textbook. And these are the reference textbooks. Raghuram Krishnan and Jonas Garg, Database Management Systems, and other textbook is Database System Concepts by Abraham Silbersach. The Database Systems by Thomas Connolly and Caroline Beck. So these are the 3 reference textbooks. You can get it from the library. So this is your DBMS pattern for the teaching scheme. And there are 3 lecture courses, 3 lecture hours. 3 lecture hours, 1 tutorial hour, 1 tutorial per batch, and it is a 4 credit course. For your minor examination, maximum marks is 10, minor examination 2, minor 10 marks, you already know, which you had in the previous semesters. And for each MSc exam, maximum marks is 30. And best of MSc 1, MSc 2, 70% will be considered, and which you got least mark from that, 30% will be considered, and your final examination is for 60 marks. So this is the examination pattern and a teaching scheme. But coming to this course additional information, in this course you're going to learn about what is database. You start from what is database and who are the users of database, and then the different concepts and architecture, what type of architecture it is. After that, you are going to learn about relational data models, relational database constraints. What are the conditions we can pose onto your database, and ER diagrams, EER diagrams, entity enhanced entity relationship diagrams, and how to convert from entity to ER to EER, and what is the relation between them, and how to map the ER, EER, that you are going to discuss. And the database design theory and the normalization, one of the important concept, normalization. And after that, we are going to study about relational algebra and relational calculus. Then how we can provide the security and how to give the authorization access to other users, that we will discuss these concepts. So there are some self-learning topics. You already know what is self-learning topics. Of course, I'll post the related concepts and everything in the course webpage. But only the thing is that will not be discussed in the classroom. Of course, the essence of that SLTs will also be discussed in the classrooms. But you have to prepare by reading the material which I provide you, the slides. Based on that, you have to prepare your own notes. That will be more advisable. And some of the concepts are data architecture models, relational database model, concepts of SQL, entity ER models, problems on ER models, problems on normalization. There are some problems on query optimization. And there are some examples on this recovery techniques. And this is also, you have to do it by your own, by using your SQL tool, Oracle tool. You have to give the security for the users and how to give the authorization to the users, that you have to do it by your own. Right. So learning objectives for this course is, upon this course will develop students' knowledge in LO1 is, that is in the unit 1 you will learn diverse issues involved in the design and implementation of database management system. In unit 2 you are going to learn about study the physical and logical database design, database modeling and different database models. In unit 3 you are going to learn normalization techniques and database system query optimization techniques. And then the last one, transaction processing, concurrency control, database recovery, security, and authorization techniques. Upon completion of this course, you will be able to design the database management system effectively upon completion of unit 1. And upon completion of unit 2, you can be able to design the database, which include enhanced entity relation model, that is EER model, enhanced entity relationship model. Upon completion of unit 3, you can outline the database by using normalization and query optimization techniques to avoid redundancy and maintain the database. And upon completion of unit 4, you can be able to discuss the concepts of transaction, concurrency control, recovery methods, and manage multi-level securities in databases. So these are the concepts of unit 1, databases and database users, introduction, characteristics of database, and actors, workers behind the scene, advantage of DBMS, when should not use the DBMS, that we will discuss. Database system concepts, architecture, data models, schemes, data independence, data architecture, interfaces, different environments, and classifications of database management. The next concept, a relational model, relational data model, relational database constraints. Relational model concepts, relational constraints, and the relational database schemes, operations on dealing with constraint violation. This all we are going to discuss in unit 1. And at last, basic SQL. SQL data definition and data type, specifying constraints in SQL, basic retrieval queries in SQL, insert, delete, update in SQL. In unit 2, you are going to learn about data modeling using entity relationship model. This is one of the most important concept, entity relationship model. Using high-level conceptual data models for database design, entity types, entity sets, attributes, keys, relationship types, relationship sets, roles and structural constraints, what are the weak entities, and at last, based on all these concepts, you are going to draw ER diagrams. This is most interesting topics in DBMS. And after knowing the ER diagrams, you have to study enhanced ER diagrams, right? So subclasses, superclasses, inheritance, specialization, generalization, constraints, characteristics, specialization, and generalization. If you add all these, then it will become enhanced entity relationship diagram. If you are adding specialization, inheritance, generalization to the ER diagrams, then that will become the enhanced entity relationship diagram. How we are going to add that, we will discuss it here in the EER concepts. Then relational database design by ER and EER to relational mapping that you are going to study. Relational database design using ER to relational mapping, mapping EER model construct and relations. That is unit 2. And unit 3 is, it contains completely normalization, database theory, and a normalization. In that, you are going to study what is relational schemes, functional dependencies, then normal forms based on primary key, general definitions on second and third normal forms, Boyce code normal form, algorithms for relational database scheme design, multi-value dependency, and fourth normal form, joint dependencies, and fifth normal forms. So there are completely 5 normal forms are there. Then relational algebra and relational calculus, basic relational algebra operations. We are going to learn examples of queries in relational algebra, tuple relational calculus, and domain relational calculus. So you are going to study. And at last, query processing and optimization, translating the SQL queries into relational algebra. This is one of the important topic. In this chapter, this normalization is the most important one. Wherever you go for any competitive examination, gate examination, higher education entrance test, wherever you go, this normalization concepts questions will come. So this is very, very important. And coming to optimization techniques, translating SQL queries into relational algebra using heuristics in query optimization. This is also one of the good concept in unit 3. Coming to last unit, that is unit 4, introduction to transaction processing concepts and theory. So introduction to transaction processing, transaction system and concepts, desirable properties of transaction. There you are going to study acid properties, characterizing schedule-based serializability. And concurrency control techniques, two-phase locking techniques, concurrency control based on timestamp ordering. Database recovery techniques, when you lost the database, how you can recover it. For that, we are having recovery concepts, undo, redo recovery based on deferred update, recovery techniques, and immediate update. There are 2 types, a deferred update and immediate update. And last, shadow paging, replicating the data. And then you're going to study about database security and authorization. Introduction to database security issues, discretionary access control based on the granting and revoking privileges, mandatory access control, role-based access control for multi-level security. So that is all about your syllabus, and you are pretty well. We are following this active learning concepts from the last 1 year onwards, last 2 semesters onwards. And in the active learning, you are expected to take ownership of your learning, and you are expected to be an active learner. And it is our regular practice that you have to purchase the textbooks and you have to read the textbooks for your course, and you have to bring it to the classroom by writing on it your name and roll number. And OBLS, you already know, we have already prepared outcome-based lecture schedule. We have prepared and we have uploaded in the course web page. You have to download and go through with it. Self-learning topic, you should read and work out the self-learning topics on your own with the help of self-learning resources, which are posted in the course web page. And classroom discussion topics, read the textbook for the topics mentioned in the OBLS, and the relevant resources and lecture summary uploaded in the course web page. Attend the class with complete preparation to take part in active learning by participating in the classroom discussions. And a 3-page summary of each SLT, CDT along with the lecture level problems is uploaded in the course web. You can check it. And in the active learning, we are going to discuss on real world problems, conduction of tutorial classes, tutorial matrix, which consists of the different courses and the students, who have to solve the problems and who have to submit the tutorial sheet. And course web page, we already know, we are very familiar with course web page, which contains now becoming course web page is the life for your course. All the contents will be in the course web page. And course programming assignments, for this we have given, you have to develop the assignment problems. You have to write the queries in Oracle. That related assignments we have given. The special assignment, that is CP, CRP, course projects you have to do. That is also have uploaded in the course web page, the list of course project. If you are interested, you can start from now onwards. So these are the expected knowledge, skills, and quality for the DBMS. The knowledge is study the physical and logical database design, database modeling, and database models in K1. And in the second, K2, it is discussed involved in design, implementation, and database management. Coming to K3, normalization techniques and query optimization techniques. In K4, knowledge 4 from unit 4, transaction processing, concurrency control, database recovery, security, and authorization techniques are the knowledge you will get upon completion of this subject. The skills you are going to acquire upon completion of unit 1, you can identify the characteristics of databases. You can write the SQL queries. And upon completion of unit 2, analyze data models, entities, relationships, the ER diagrams, and mapping of ER diagrams to relations. Upon completion of unit 3, you can apply normal forms techniques to design efficient database query optimization. Upon completion of unit 4, you can apply the techniques of transaction processing, identifying the security issues, and authorization techniques. And the quality you can acquire is academic integrity and honesty, problem solving, ability to work independently, creative, and innovative. So these are the KSQs you will get upon completion of this course. Right. Thank you for this, and all the best for your course. Happy learning. Thank you.